that's what might have happened to my hair. I might have done the hair banging a little too much, David.
And their opponents from Indio, California, and the dark side, Chantilly Chella and Holidead.
Chantilly Chella and Holidead, David, bringing the peace, love, and violence.
Violence, so that's what Holidead brings. Chantilly brings the dance.
All right. She brings the dance and the good time, and
All Holidead does is move the neck. There's no waist movement, no leg movement.
I told you I was trying to teach her the two-step, but I just didn't get too far. You got one step in.
I'd like you to teach me that. I'll teach you salsa if you teach me the two-step.
David, I don't know if we have enough time on tonight's episode.
I heard you're good at that country stuff where they do the line dancing.
That's right.
I heard you used to go out with Doug and Selena down there in Georgia, and you guys used to have a few and do that line dancing down there in Georgia.
We did quite a bit there in the state of
Yes,
Georgia.
you did.
But nonetheless,
You had a few chugs with Doug. That's what you had.
more than a few. Both of these teams really encouraged to make their way in the tag team standings. Both of these teams have been trying to find their footing, and Fury just a couple of weeks ago got a huge victory over G.I. Jane.
Rebel Hayes starting off for the Heavy Metal Sisters in there against Holidead.
Holidead and Rebel Hayes lock up.
You made a note of it that Holidead's demeanor has changed since hanging out with Chantilly, and I have to agree. I saw them today in the hotel before I arrived at the arena, and I gotta tell you, it was the first time in 3 years Holidead smiled at me and said hello. And I couldn't believe it. I was taken back, and I thought of you, and I said, darn, Nigel's right. Her personality's changed.
You had the paycheck in your hand, didn't you, McLean?
No.
Rebel Hayes charged up. Holidead moves out of the way, and Holidead, a quick kick, slows down the pace of Rebel Hayes, just reversed the momentum, and boom, there you see it, a back elbow, lighting up Rebel Hayes from Seattle, Washington, snapping the back of one of the newest WOW superheroes here, and she gets a 2 count, does Holidead.
You know, I'm thinking of what you just said, Nigel. Are you saying they're only nice to me if they think they're getting paid?
It's the first time she said anything to you, David. I'm not saying nothing. That's a Casadora senton. Chantilly Chella hooks the leg. All kidding aside, David, I think that she has lightened the mood as Chantilly of Holidead, but you can tell that Holidead has brought that intensity to Chantilly Chella. So what a great mixture this team has been.
Both of them putting it together, a tag team combination, and they have taken over. I gotta tell you, it's been said once or twice, but as you watch them, this is a great tag team. They could go in there against the Mother Truckers for the WOW Championship titles, Nigel.
There's no doubt about it, David. We've said it before, and I'll say it again for us here. We have the best women's wrestling tag team division that there is, David. And you're seeing exactly why I'm saying that as Holidead and Chantilly Chella work together in a tandem. Rebel Hayes really needs to make the tag to her partner, Fury.
Pushes Chantilly off. Chantilly rushes her, goes up on the back.
And Rebel Hayes.
Drives her into the turnbuckle over by her partner, Fury.
Rebel Hayes, a strong competitor.
I thought Fury would grab Chantilly's back of her hair, but no, she steps in and gives her that big clothesline, goes for a fast pin.
Well, you know, Fury has changed her attitude in recent months, and she didn't go for that easy hold on the hair, David. I think she wants to prove that she can do things and that she's a clean competitor here.
Fury's always been the leader of heavy metal, in my opinion, in terms of wrestling. Of course, Razor was in there as the mastermind initially, but Fury gained all that superior knowledge from her, but she always had the superior wrestling skills of anyone in heavy metal.
Well, and you know who her trainer was, David? One half of the Rock and Roll Express, Robert Gibson.
Is that right?
That's right. So Fury certainly has learned a lot from one of the greats now.
Oh, look at that.
Springboard.
Chantilly with the springboard off the rope, taking Fury down.
And Fury making her way back up to her feet. Chantilly Chella. Ooh, tilt-a-whirl backbreaker counter from Fury. Paige Prince of Ali down on the count. And Chantilly Chella able to kick out at the last possible second. Fury turning the heat up in this matchup, David.
Now across the second rope is Chantilly as Fury goes up with the movement of the head-banging press.
The headbangers ball now as Fury fully charges. And and is able to get that knee right into the back of Chantilly Chella, pulling back on that second rope, sending Chella into the middle of the ring. There you see the knee from Fury. Very powerful knee connects. And now Fury has been able to turn the momentum in this matchup, David, for her team, the Heavy Metal Sisters.
Fury pushing on that neck to the right, pulling the chin to the left. Holidead on the outside, Rebel Hayes on the outside. She tells Fury, bring her over here, I want a piece of her. The Heavy Metal Sisters now teaming on Chantilly as she's whipped into the ropes in a double clothesline.
Double clothesline sends Chantilly Chella down, but
Holidead springing over the referee, and Rebel Hayes moved, and Holidead landed on Chantilly.
And Rebel Hayes trying to take advantage of the miscue. Goes for a kick and a leg sweep, connects. Senton splash from Rebel Hayes. Goes for the cover, gets a 2 count. Rebel Hayes trying to keep the momentum going in the corner of the Heavy Metal Sisters, David, after Fury got things back on track. Chantilly Chella fights back.
Ooh, Fury got an elbow right to the chin by Chantilly. Chantilly was in the wrong corner, but she knew where she was, and she took out Fury and then took out Rebel and ran across the ring and got Holidead in, who swings Rebel Hayes and knocks down Fury. Now a vicious clothesline to Fury by Holidead, and then a big boot takes out Rebel Hayes.
Holidead is on fire, hooks the leg of Rebel Hayes, and Fury saves it for her team. That was almost a 3 count, David. Chantilly Chella with that roundhouse kick to the side of the head of Fury.
Holidead's on a mission. She says, Rebel Hayes, come get some. She took her up on the offer, and Holidead tosses her back into the corner where her partner Chantilly Chella is. Oh my, what's this, Nigel?
David up on the shoulders with the electric chair, and the death drop from Holidead and Chantilly Chella. Could this be it? Yes, it is. Good enough for the 3 count. Holidead and Chantilly Chella with another victory.
Tag team.